Penn State, though, we got them on our air, and the big story, Nicole, is who they're looking at for their next head coach. Where are we at with that?
Well, it's very early stages, right?
Yep.
You're going to take some time here. But what's going to be really interesting here is this is the first time this job is coming open without sanctions, without any clouds over it since the 60s. We're going to find out how desirable this job is. Obviously, there's a lot of resources you're going to have, but there are some challenges, really high expectations for the next coach. So you're going to make the call to the big names. You're going to go after sitting head coaches. We all know athletic director Pat Kraft's connections with Matt Rule. Throw out a guy like Mike Elko. This is someone with Northeast ties.
Right.
Got a good job at Texas A&M, but maybe you make some calls. Eli Drinkwitz. I would start with sitting head coaches if it's me.
I think it is still a marquee job. That's the first thing I would say. It's Penn State football. They got quite a following. We know how big time they are there. I think the other thing, too, just with the whole search, take your time. This is why you make this decision then, right? Do your homework. You got plenty of time here. What if it's one of these teams that are in the college football playoff? What if it's an NFL coach? Why don't we wait to see the best available candidates and who's interested there? I believe that this will be a sought-after job because of Franklin before him, and the expectations were a little low from that, not from the fan base. I know what you're saying.
And just to underscore that point about the timing, the transfer portal now is not opening until January, so you do have some time to make this hire.
I think the type of coach that you bring in is really important here, and I've talked about this with James Franklin. He was a builder, right? We saw him do it at Vanderbilt. Comes to Penn State in a time where they need to be built back up.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's a profile of coach that you go for. You need a guy who's established and knows what to do when he has a team that's probably ready-made to win right now.
Right.
And just needs to get them over the top, which is a very small margin. I'm curious what that looks like, but you have to find that profile.
And listen, I don't know that the record of this next coach is going to be overwhelmingly better than James Franklin, right? But part of the need for change here is change for change's sake. You just need a fresh voice, 10 years with someone.
Right.
It's just a lot of history.
Get the stigma away and win some big games.
No, well, that's the thing. Pros and cons. A lot of resources there.
Right.
Sky-high expectations.